Thanks for tuning in to Healthy Planet One, where we discuss healthy living from experts in each of their fields. This is your host, Patricia STARR.
And your co-host, Kimberly KNOX.
So today we'll be talking about the biggest topic available in this time of our lives, and that's the coronavirus. And we're going to be focusing on the energetics of a pandemic and what we can do about it. So today I have Kimberly with me. Kimberly Knox, hello.
Hi, everyone.
And we have Todd Erb.
Hello, everyone.
Nice to have you with us. We're going to be doing a roundtable about the different aspects that we look at from the different sides of the box, so we can give you kind of an overview. So I'm going to start, and that's going to be about home health. So many of us are home, and we are taking care of ourselves. Really great time to meditate, to nurture, and to utilize topical considerations, such as one of the products that we make here is with natural products, with the essential oils, and we make a very, very beautiful, clean hand sanitizer that's simply made with alcohol and essential oils, not just one oil. And we found some of them are just with one oil and some alcohol, but this one has about 7 different oils with it, and helps to just keep your hands clean, in addition to using a hand wash, which also has essential oils. But our hand wash has also oils that help to nourish the skin and help it to keep it healthy, because alcohol does what? It dries out the skin, which isn't really good. We also, I have a question.
You have it in the bathroom here, and I look forward to coming here all the time to see you, because I use your hand wash in the main bathroom in your building here.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's
and
really
I run out of it all the time.
It's really enjoyable, I have to say.
And the other thing, and we used this on you yesterday, was the Breathe Easy.
Oh my gosh, it's great. Yeah.
And that's simply an inhaler you can take around. So if you feel a little cloggy, or you feel a little pressure in your chest, which I think is what you shared, we simply inhale that. It's a little thing that you can carry in your pocket. It's a personal inhaler, and it'll open up those brachial, or the breathing brachial tubes, right? The breathing tubes, and helps to help you breathe naturally. And also the essential oils will kill bacteria, viruses, and any microbials that we don't want around. The other thing that we have is an immunity blend that you can just roll on and keep that under your nose. We can put that under our ears. And then we also have a Thieves, which is great. Now, here's what you need to know about Thieves. And many people are with Young Living, and they have Thieves. And the thing is, if you're on blood thinners, you don't want to use that particular type, because it has cinnamon and clove, which are counterproductive. So there's 2 things to consider here. And we talked about this earlier, Kimberly, where if you're overusing the oils, that can cause problems. The oils are simply an adjunct to help with our health. And they're extremely valuable and important, but when we overuse them, they become counterproductive. Just like if you're on blood thinners, you don't want to be using the standard Thieves. So we have a sensitive Thieves, and we have a 7 Thieves, which actually have more in it than the normal.
So what's the history of the Thieves? Was there a history of the Thieves?
Yeah, and the history is a bunch of BS. I'm sorry.
Is it? Oh.
It's BS in the sense that they've made a big story about it. But the bottom line is that the herbs and the oils have always been here to protect us. So they've made it into a marketing ploy. And we can bust that all apart in several different ways. The bottom line is that people, when there was a Black Plague and they were going around and looting the homes, that they would actually be able to use the herbs, which kept them safe. And that's what was used as medicine at the time. And if you've ever seen the pictures of the Spanish flu that went around, you see the doctors with these horns that come as masks, and they put the herbs in the peak of those facial things, and that's why they were kept protected. The other thing that we have is a mouthwash too, and the mouthwash has essential oils that actually just help us to be safe and be well. So those are some things. Yes, you have another question.
Well, I was thinking this is so important, because when we come in from outside, one of the things that we want to do, because as we breathe in, obviously our nostril and our throat, that's a protective area of our body before things go down into the lungs. So it'd be great to swish with salt water or swish with the gargle, snuff in with the snuffer. I mean, there's reasons to use these.
It's great, because
right?
people talk about, do a coconut swish. Well, yeah, you could do that, but it's going to be so much more dynamic when you use essential oils, a nice combination, which we make a really nice blend of that. And what's interesting, because I was looking the other day on Facebook about the Spanish plague and what happened then.
Right.
And this one woman lived in this little tiny town of 250 people, and her family never got sick. Her grandmother made them gargle with a soda water and some mint, and it kept them from getting the flu.
It must have had something else in there too, right?
Well, but
so
it was
many great
interesting.
herbs. Wow.
Yeah, nobody else did that. But that's just an example
Right.
of how we can take care of ourselves at home. And I know, Kimberly, you have a whole lot of stuff to say about how else we can take care of our immune system at home. So let's talk about that.
I did. I mean, I've been doing complimentary videos, of course, keeping myself busy because part of my passion is about education on Instagram and Facebook. And we just entered into spring. And spring can sometimes cause a healing type of a crisis within the body if a person hasn't been taking care of their liver, because it does rule the liver. So if anyone knows anything about the liver, we're really not taught, I wasn't, about how important the liver is to the body and what it does in protecting us from all types of toxins that we take in, and that these toxins create energetic imbalances in the body, including the e-smog, which affects our liver too. So it makes the liver really important.
I'm just going to say the e-smog is electromagnetic frequency, which is what you're talking about. We get inundated all the time. And I know Todd's going to talk about that in a bit. So.
I love it. I love it. There's an attorney in my building. She was very nervous. And I talked to her for long, and she felt better. And I suggested that she might want to start doing some greens. She was drinking a soda. She was just, and I
eating chips like that.
Yeah, she was nervous, and it's called comfort eating, and I'll talk about that. But I said you might want to consider just thinking about improving the your own immune system. Your body is very wise, and if you give it part of a chance, it'll really snap it. So she saw me the next day. She was much calmer, and she said that she had started doing her own type of green smoothie in the morning.
Great.
And she felt better. She felt more energetic, and because when we turn to comfort food, which a lot of people do, a lot of it is we're isolated. We need a hug. So what do you go to? Ice cream, chocolate, cookies,
potato chips,
anything you can crunch on. That's for anxiety. So that stuff can increase, though, the stress to our filtering organs, which is the liver, but also our anxiety. And then, of course, what sugar does as well. So
anxiety, by the way, is a big thing to address. And that's why, a case in point, yesterday I got a couple of pieces of information that were very upsetting. And instead of running out the door and going to where I needed to go, I stopped and I meditated and I breathed and I brought down, and I know you're going to address this in a bit, Todd, so this is great. But I think that's a great thing to bring up because people are being anxious, and to take this time to really to build our immune system is to meditate. Go ahead, Kimberly.
So that's great. And I love that we're having this interaction because the liver requires, it's a wood organ, and in traditional Chinese medicine, liver stagnation is one of the worst cases that they see all the time. So it's common, but it needs peace. So that's the other thing about self-care. And then I want to bring into to the conversation about the lungs, because this is a virus that attacks the lungs.
Respiratory, yep.
Yeah, so it's a respiratory. So we're actually then looking at what improves lung health, and that's fall season, that's harvest season. So I talk about that in my videos for the fall health. And one of the things is about self-care, because the lungs are affected by worry and emotions. So we do want to improve our self-care, also self-worth. People are out of work or they might be afraid. So we want to do things that make us feel better. Lungs, the other thing with lungs is sweets also, they wreck the entire body actually. But
they take it down, yeah.
Yeah, they do a damage to the spleen, one of the highest vibrating organs, and it's also part of the lymphatic system. So we've got these white blood cells, right, that are trying to do their job. sugar really gunks those up. So we want to make sure that those are in control. And so looking at some of the things I was talking about, vitamin D, well, it's best to kind of get it naturally, because Todd will talk more about what's going on with vitamin D3 supplements. But zinc,
get it
of
from
course.
the sun. Yeah.
I've been taking vitamin C, 1,000 milligrams liposomal every 4 hours. If I was not feeling well, I'd be upping that quite a bit because of oxidative stress. It's, really important. But when you think about our food and our greens, it's they have natural vitamin C, as do our citrus. So I'm going to do a shot here for everyone of my fire in the hole. People can see this on my...
Now, what is your fire in the hole?
So I've been curing my body naturally. Can't say curing. I've been giving it information to make it do its job better for so many years. I'm rarely ever sick.
This is great. Curing versus getting the right information.
Yeah.
And that's what you're talking about, whether it's you're eating organic, and you're eating all the right foods that are actually feeding the immune system, because it's all about the immune system being strong.
Right. So food is healing information. It's not just food is medicine. So in my fire in the hole, I actually researched, because I'm such a geek, many years ago, before I even made this, all of the top natural antibiotics, because I don't take any antibiotics. So ginger, turmeric, lemon, orange, horseradish. I put buckwheat honey in here, not just any honey. It's buckwheat honey, highest antioxidant. There's pineapple core. I balance it out with coconut water for extra, potassium. And there's Bragg's apple cider vinegar. That's also excellent for the liver.
So when we drink this, what's going to happen to us?
So what it does, what most people feel, is it stimulates your liver bile and your metabolism first thing in the morning. So like when you're breaking your fast, it's going right into the body quickly. But all the components, it'll start off to combat, this is antibacterial, antifungal, natural antibiotics. So it's going to start to work in the throat and then go down. It's going to open up the liver channel, open up the bile. Most people get better elimination from this instead of going right to coffee. A lot of people try to get their elimination stimulation from a little bit of adrenal, through the caffeine. But I love it. It tastes great. And I've had people that were sick and they took this if they had a regular flu. And I'm not saying this is the cure for corona, but it does boost your body's natural ability to fight off. Cheers, everybody. Let's have a little toast.
As we drink this to fortify and build our immune system.
So there's natural oregano in there as well. Yeah, I mean, it tastes great. So
it tastes great, and it's strong too, right?
Yeah. So I've been doing, I've been doing that. Colloidal silver, dandelion greens are excellent right now. You can catch some of my videos on dandelion green moringa pesto. I've been showing how to do it. And anyway, there's a lot of different ways. And
so greens and cabbage. Oh, you're
last thing is our gut health. A lot of people. So if you're not going to a functional or integrative doctor, they're probably not talking to you about your gut health. And a lot of our immune system, a large portion of it, starts in our gut. So what I'm going to share with you all right now are some of Fermentlicious. Sharon, she's local. She's also going to be at the Whole Foods. She just got in. And this is a beet fermented food. So fermented foods are highly bioavailable to the body as far as really good probiotics, or you can find a really good soil-based strain.
Well, in our last meeting, remember George Roselle, who works with the brain, talked about how when you clear the gut, so much stuff clears from the brain, which concludes and can include our anxiety and what have you. So so
when we clean up our body, the whole point is that people they can be empowered over their health and feel like they have a chance if a pandemic is around, if they're working on a daily basis to improve their immune system. It's really easy. So those are just a few things.
And Todd, you've been working a lot on improving your immune system from being taken down by the medical world. But tell us a little bit about how this all pertains to us dealing with the coronavirus and what we're dealing with here.
Yeah, so with this coronavirus, it is an interesting little virus. As we've heard, it's a novel virus that is mutated in some interesting ways.
Novel meaning new, right?
Yeah, novel meaning it's new and different, and it for sure is so different that we need to take a look at some of our normal recommendations. Things like propolis or even vitamin D.